recording?
Yeah, everything is good. Everything's recording.
Alright, bet. Alright, the first thing I want to hop into is you said you dealt with a Karen today.
Hell yeah, dude.
So I want to know a little bit more about that before we actually get the conversation heated. So
Well, the thing is, it's not really a Karen because it was a guy, but still a Karen in my opinion.
this is a Chad.
It's a Chad, a fucking Chad. But you know how the store closes at 11?
Yeah.
That guy came into the store at 10:59, and I was like,
Ooh.
"All right, you got a minute to buy whatever you want. At 11, you gotta go." He was like, "Okay, no problem. I'll make it quick." I was like, "All right, that's gonna be easy. He's gonna go get his stuff, and leave." Next thing you know, it's 11. I tell him, "All right, you got everything? Cause 11, I'm closing. I want to go home." He's like, "No, I'm trying to find this and this and this and this." I'm like, "It don't matter what you're trying to find. I'm trying to leave." And then he would not leave. He stood at the cash, looking at me. He's like, "I'm not leaving." I'm like, "What the fuck do you mean you're not leaving? I want to go home." He paid for his stuff, but he stood there.
Nice.
I'm like, what am I supposed to do?
You gotta just love it.
I was like, I'm swear to God, I'm not working no more. My shift is done. I'm about to punch you. I swear to God, man. Because, I'm not going to do that to a customer when I'm working, but I'm not. My shift is over. I'm technically not working no more. So I thought about it, but I'm like, no, I can't do that. I'm too nice.
Okay,
So,
was he like young? Was he older? Like what?
he was like in his mid 40s.
Okay, it wasn't like old.
No, it was like mid 40s. Kind of like closer to 50. He was kind of old, but not really old.
Middle age.
Yeah.
Let's go middle age.
So,
Okay.
so what I did, I'm like, I went to the door, opened the door, and I told him like, leave, or I'm either calling the cops, or my manager, or both. So you got two choices: either you leave, or stay, and we're gonna have some problem. And as soon as I said cop, he was like, "All right, Mike." He left. I'm like, "Thank God."
Man,
So
who
yeah.
the hell like as a human being, I feel bad going in. Like if I have to, I will, you know what I mean? Like if I absolutely have to and I need to get something, like I will go in, but I'll make it fucking quick, you know what I mean? Like I'll come in and I'll come out. I'm not gonna shop around.
Yeah.
But I feel bad as a person just standing there, like, coming in. I try not to come into a restaurant, well, not a restaurant, any store, anything, any establishment 15 minutes before it closes. Like when it gets to the 15-minute mark until they close, like I'm like, okay, well, they're closed. So
Because coming from someone who works at a gas station, it's not fun. I count my cash at 55, so I don't have to do it and work overtime because I don't get paid overtime. I'm trying to leave as
fucking
fast.
illegal.
Well, I'm done at 11, but I still need to count my cash and still have to like.
Yeah, but you should get paid to count your cash. That's on work hours.
Nope. After 11, I stop getting paid. The longer I stay there, the longer I'm just wasting my time and my. So, coming from someone who works at a store, when someone comes in last minute, you're just like, bro, what are you doing last minute? Don't you know we're closing? You had all fucking day to come over here to the store and get your cigarette or your bag of chip. What are you doing? Come on, seriously, it's stupid. But people don't give a fuck.
No, nobody fucking gives a shit. Literally, and that's what sucks. But anyway, fuck it. Let's go on to the actual topic at hand.
The
Fuck
topic.
it. Yeah, okay. I wanted to talk specifically about religion because I saw this thing pop up and I was super disturbed by it and I didn't understand it and it just confused the absolute hell out of me. Okay, so if I tell you, Harry Potter, like the books, specifically the books of Harry Potter's, like what's your first instinct? Like what's your first thought when I say like Harry Potter, like the books of Harry Potter?
You're a wizard, Harry.
Okay, fair enough. You know what most of the states thinks?
Yeah.
Like a very specific group? it's actually banned. Like the books themselves are banned from being distributed in libraries, stores, and specifically schools. Most importantly, schools, because get this, the like the Pope, religion, like the church deems it too dangerous and it influences young people into witchcraft. and,
Wait.
yeah, no, they brought it to court and everything. Like the church brought the books to court to have them banned from all libraries, all schools, all like fucking ridiculous.
So what you're trying to
And
tell me right now is someone
no,
brought a
not
book.
someone, like a whole group. Like it's not just like I think you think I mean like one person got up one morning.
So
and was
basically,
like,
a full group decided
no,
to
a lot of
sue
people.
a book.
A lot of people, no, a lot of people actually like are in on this. Like a lot of people think like, oh man, my kids are gonna start doing witchcraft, and oh my god, it's like.
What the fuck? I never heard of that. You know where that is?
Yeah. I think one of them was in Missouri,
Fucking Missouri.
and there was a few more. Like, there's a few states. There's a few states
Oh,
that tried
that's
to get
in
him
the
banned.
States.
Yeah, it was in the states.
Oh my god.
Yep.
This
It's crazy. It's literally crazy. And there was a point in the first was it yes, it was in the first book. It's the Philosopher's Stone or the Sorcerer's Stone, or depending on where you are in the world. There's a point where you see Voldemort eating or drinking unicorn blood to sustain himself,
Yep.
So they brought it to the like Supreme Court. You know what I mean? Like they brought it to Supreme Court because they said it advertised and supported animal cruelty and all that shit. And I'm like, okay, first of all, here's the thing. If you're reading a book, all right, like let's just get this straight right now. If you're reading a fucking book and the book is a story, it's a fictional story, it's in the fiction section. All right, people are casting spells, flying on brooms and shit. Doesn't even matter. If you're reading a book, if I gave you a book and it said like, oh, this person drank unicorn blood, if you went out then and tried to drink the blood of any other animal whatsoever, I don't think the problem is the book. I think you're the fucking problem.
The problem is you taking a book that was made for not fan fiction, but like for fiction and stuff, and try to do it in real life. It's like me telling you, all right, take a broom and jump out a cliff. Are you gonna be that dumb?
That's the thing. They keep saying it's for the youth. It's like, oh, the youth influence the youth and blah 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 and all that stuff. Do you really think a kid's gonna read a book and be like, oh, Voldemort gained power by drinking unicorn blood? I have a dog. Let me try to drink. Like, no, I don't know a single child ever that read a passage in a book and was like, let me directly recreate that violent act. It's like, come on.
That's something else. I didn't even know this.
No, it's fucked. It's literally fucked. Like I don't understand it. I really don't know what condemns a person or possesses them to wake up in the morning, look at a book franchise, and just be like, yeah, let me just try to fuck it up. And it's kind of the same thing as people trying to sue Rockstar because they say it's too influential to like children and violent and blah blah blah. Like the problem isn't the video game; it's your parenting that's the issue. Like, how did your child get his hands on an 18 year or older game in the first place when he shouldn't have had it in possession at all?
Clearly, it says M, rated M. 18 and up. Why is the kid
do you
even
know how
playing?
many people tried to sue Rockstar? Like hundreds of people have tried to sue Rockstar.
How does that go for them?
It did not work whatsoever.
I wonder why. I wonder why it doesn't work. Why would you sue a billion-dollar company for making a game that clearly says 18 and up, and you bought the game for your child that's like 10 years old?
And here's the other issue is that even if some people took, like, let's say the final heist in the story, and people were like, let's recreate that step by step, like from the game. It doesn't fucking matter. It's not the game's fault. The game never said once you should go do this out in real life. Like, it's a video game. It's a video game. It's book. It's entertainment. Anybody who takes all of that shit seriously, the problem and the issue isn't the content that they're consuming. It's them. All right. If you look at a book, if you look at anything, and you're like, and somebody dies and there's a serial killer, and you then decide to go be that person or be that serial killer or recreate the acts, you're the fucking problem, not the book.
I mean, it goes for everything. Like anything that's on the internet, you know, like a book or like a video game.
Exactly.
It doesn't change. It shouldn't change someone and make someone do stuff. I mean, there's exception, like, you know, like meditation and stuff like that. But I'm talking about like stuff that's not real, that you shouldn't do in real life. Why are you?
But those are how-tos, like how to meditate and how to do stuff. Here's the thing, though: is meditation's meditation. You just got to sit down and focus on your breathing. If there was a how-to about, you know, I don't know, how to jump off a bridge, would you still like? I still wouldn't do it. It's all about common sense.
Yeah.
And a lot of
you should know what to do and not to do.
Exactly. And a lot of people may argue that, yeah, but kids don't have the ability to make the decisions, you know, proper decisions at that age. Well, then it's up to you, the parent, to supervise them. All right. Like, if you're blaming the video, like, again, still not the problem. You are the problem to your child. Like, you should be a better parent. I'm sorry, but it's so true.
I swear, a lot of parents don't deserve to have a kid. I don't even know why they decided. I see a lot of people come to the store. I'm like, why do you have a children? Why do you have a child? You over here, you buy stuff for him, like he buys the kid a chocolate bar, and I don't know, some Skittles, and he buys himself a pack of cigarettes. But he don't have enough money to buy everything else, so he takes the money from his children, and it's like, I'll pay you later.
What?
He's like, do you have that money so I can buy that? Why are you asking your child for money? What?
That's fucked up.
That's his money. You're supposed to. You're the provider. You're the parent. You're supposed to provide for the child, not the child providing for you. What?
Exactly.
What is this bullshit?
Like, here's the thing: a lot of people are like, "Well, being a parent is hard." Like, yeah, no shit. Nobody ever in their entire life said that parenting was gonna be easy. All right, but you're the one who signed up for it. You're the one who decided to have unprotected sex. You decided to finish in the woman or in the girl. It's like it doesn't matter. Like, you're at the end of the day. Sometimes, you know, I understand accidents happen sometimes, and, you know, certain circumstances may like void this whole entire conversation, but generally speaking, at the end of the day, you're the sole person responsible for your actions. All right, yes, accidents happen. You may, I don't know, the condom broke or something happened, and like, that sucks, right? Whatever, you deal with it when that happens. But most people have the power and like deal with the consequences of your actions.
Yeah, they're like, it feels bitter, but yeah, would you rather not feel good and not fucked up your life, or have the best sex ever, and at the end, in 9 months, you're gonna have a kid and ruin your life? I'm sorry, but I'll pick option number 1.
And like, here's the thing: is that if they still decide to have the kid or whatever, like, and if you see that you cannot successfully take care of that child, put it up for adoption. Give it a better life. All right, just because your life is not great doesn't mean that you have to raise that child in that environment. You know, like, if you can't supply the child for what it needs to have a safe and comforting upbringing, then you should pass that, you know, that ability and on to another group of people or person that can, which is unfortunate, you know, because you know, it sucks not being able to see your biological parents and all that stuff, but
yeah,
you need to be able to take care of yourself before another human being. You know,
and if you can't do that, don't have one. It's simple. It's so simple.
Exactly.
It's so simple. I'm not gonna go there and have a kid if I know I'm not ready.
Yep, but most people do.
Well, some girls they do it because at the end of the day, she knows she's gonna get paid. It's sad, but it's true. A lot of girls gets pregnant because they're not gonna have child support, and
Yep.
they don't use the money for on their child. They use the money for alcohol, drugs, their own stuff, and that's why a lot of girls have like 5 to 6 kids with different dad. That's a lot of money going inside of her pocket.
Hmm. Well, there's a lot of things now that, like, I don't know if I'm 100% correct with this, but I'm pretty sure there's things in place to prevent that. Like, after a while, after the child turns 18, they're supposed to have a set amount of cash from the child support. Like, a lot of that money goes directly to the child, right? And they can contact after they turn 18 or legal age, whatever country you're in. They can go and contact the government and see how much they're owed and how much money they should have. And if they don't have that amount, they can legally sue, I'm pretty sure, their guardian for using the money that belongs to them. There's actually a case that happened where, from the child support and the money that was left from other peers, like, it was a weird situation, but the mother used over, like, the child was given 20 grand, and it was saved for until she turned 18 of legal age. She turned 18 and there was literally like $100 left in the account. There was 20
Damn.
grand. And there was literally only $100 left, and the mother was like, "Oh, well, eventually, blah blah blah, I'll pay you back." Like, no, like, sue her.
Shit, I know a lot of people, even in this community, a lot of people have to pay child support, which is fuck more than they should, just because the mom's not working, and he works and gets a lot of money, and just because she's not working, he has to pay more.
Yep.
Which is whose fault is that? Not him.
No. Well, here's the thing: is that if the father does not want to take care of the child, and it's an accident, and you don't want to be there, like,
He
I
wants to
don't
take care of
think
his
the
child.
father.
That's the problem. The mom doesn't let him see her.
Oh, well, that's not okay.
Yeah.
I think you could legally put up an argument or bring them to court to
Try.
the fact that, like, I'm paying most of the child support. She's not doing jack shit. I should have the legal right. Like, he has legal right to see his own child.
Yeah.
Unless the court deems him unfit, which is that either he puts himself or the child at risk or in danger, he should be legally allowed to see his child.
Yeah, but that's not just him. There's a lot of dads out there. That's how they can't see their child for no reason. Try to put the mom in court, but she's still won somehow.
Well, what is this, in the States or in Canada?
States.
Okay, yeah,
Canada.
well, the state. I don't know all the stuff in the States. I don't know all the legalities in the States. I barely know them in Canada, but I especially don't know them in the States.
I barely know nothing about the States. Like, to be honest.
Okay, all right. Pop quiz: how many states are there in the United States?
50. 51 or 52?
Nope.
Or 50?
Yep.
I knew it's between 50 or 50, between
There was
50
like
and 52.
It was like somewhere in the beginning 50s.
Yeah, somewhere between 50 and 53. I literally do not know nothing about the US. Like, me and someone, we did a quiz about the US. Like, there was a lot of question about it. And I'm pretty sure I failed most of the questions.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you don't live in the States, so it's like, I don't think.
Yeah, but I would
it should
fail
be-
anyways when it comes to Canada. I don't,
Okay, well.
like, I just don't know. I mean, I know a lot of stuff about Canada because I live here, but
Yeah.
it's still like I just don't pay attention because I don't really care.
Yeah, well, I mean, you'll never ever have to use that information ever again. I think that's the biggest issue out of all of this, is that people are like, "Oh, well, you should know this stuff." It's like, well, I not really. Like, yes and no, because I never had to use, like, everything growing up from high school and all that shit. Ever since I graduated high school, it's like you're always gonna need this stuff. Like other besides basic math, I have not used a single other fucking course since I've graduated. I've never needed it. I've never needed science, history, anything. Law, arts. I mean, I'm in the arts. I'm a photographer and videographer, so I guess I'm kind of the exception, but still.
Yeah, but the thing is, a lot of things that's in school. When do you really need it? Like, there's some stuff in math that I never even used yet, and history. Why would I care about history? Like, I don't give a fuck about something that happened in, let's say, 15,000. Like, what? Why is that? Why is that still? Why are we still talking about that? Why are we not talking about like tax, like stuff that we actually need?
That's something that pissed me the fuck off. It's like we never learned how to pay taxes, how to get a mortgage, anything like that. There was one class.
Credit. Where's that? Like, that's the thing you should learn as a kid. Like in high school, like like let's say middle school, counting, talking, and like small math, just like be able to do stuff. Let's say like you want to count your money and stuff like that. That should be middle school. High school, you should learn stuff about when you get your own apartment, how to get your own apartment, how to pay stuff, how to like manage your money, and everything else. And then in college, you should learn about stuff that's for your job you want to do. Let's say your job needs math, then there you go. Now you'll learn math there. Like, why would I need something I don't use? Like, I already forgot 90% of the thing I learned in high school.
Oh, for sure, 100%.
I can't. I most of the time I say like, yeah, I got a diploma. I'm still not smart. I don't need that type of stuff, man. Like, why would I need all that shit?
Graduated, I'm still fucking stupid as shit.
Bro, I don't know how I graduated, alright? I'm completely honest, I don't know how I graduated. I'm surprised.
Fuck.
When I got my report card at the end of 12 grades, I'm like, huh, I graduated.
Well, shit, this is a magical fucking, that TikTok trend? It's like, who the fuck, which you, wizard, how the fuck you do that?
Yeah, that was basically me when I got my report card. I'm like, what the? I actually graduated?
But here's the thing is that they say that high school and all that prepares you for life. It fucking doesn't. If it did, I'd know how to pay my taxes. I know how to like get a mortgage on a house. How to do all of that stuff, money management skills, pick up all of that stuff. But no, it's everything you have to do by yourself. It's things that you have to go instinctively learn by yourself, which I think they should have been taught before. For an industry that claims that to want to prepare us for the rest of our lives, they very much do not do a good fucking job at it, which I understand too, because it's just generalized teachings, because a lot of kids and people that age don't know what the fuck they want to do for the rest of their lives, so it's just everything is super generalized. But that's torture. That's literal torture for the people that do know. Like, I knew for the longest time what I wanted to do since like 10th grade, and that never changed. So it was torture for me. Like, I knew I didn't need advanced math or English or French or any of that to like do what I wanted to do with my job, but I still had to take it, and it sucked.
I mean, the only reason why I didn't quit school so I had my diploma, which sounds stupid because you don't really need your diploma to have a career. You literally do not need a diploma. You don't even need college. As long as you have the skills.
Different. I think college is a different, completely different horse to tame, because like you actually get to do what the fuck you like doing. Like I fucking adored my time at college because it was everything I wanted to do. I was learning about stuff I gave a shit about. First of all, I was learning literal tactical skills that I will use and utilize throughout my life and career.
But did you actually pick up a lot of stuff from it though?
Well, here's the thing: is that the course itself was mostly based for beginners. So which is obviously didn't I wasn't a beginner going into it. I was already shooting and editing and doing a bunch of gigs years before I ever got into college.
Yeah.
But I did learn a lot of tactical skills. I learned how to operate, in the environment of a studio, how to work all that expensive gear, and I got on-the-job experiences with real models, which is always fun to have. You get that hands-on on-the-job experience, which I adored. I had available to me. I had a whole studio available to me with a bunch of gear that like any photographer's wet dream would be. Like I had a bunch of cameras at my disposal, lenses, flashes, you name it, they had it. So that was fun too. And I did pick up a lot more skills. So I came back. All in all, I came back better than I came in, which is, I guess, the goal, right? That you want to be.
Yeah.
You want to come out better than you came in, which I 110% did, but not as much as I thought I would.
But the best thing is, you came out with a paper with your name on it.
Yep, $20,000 fucking dollars for a beautiful piece of paper with my name on it.
That's the best part.
It's expensive. It's fucking expensive, and I think it sucks. There should be more things in place for student debt, because here's the thing: is that a lot of people, they go to school. Like my girlfriend, for example, she has another year left of her education, and she finished like a lot. She's lucky because a lot of people already don't have that, thing with them. But she was lucky enough to graduate her first year with zero debt. She's not so lucky the second time around. Her second year is all going to be paid through loans or grants and stuff like that. So she'll have debt coming out of college, which sucks. I was fortunate enough that my curriculum was only 1 year, and I came out of college debt free. So I have zero student debt to pay, which I was super lucky to have parents that saved up for my education, blah blah blah, which I'm very thankful for. But I think that's a huge fucking issue that we gotta talk more about, because that's crippling debt that you spend the rest of your life paying in some cases.
Because you go in college, you don't have a good job. Like, how did he expect you, oh, all right, you go to college, come in college, it's gonna be fun. You're broke, you don't have a job, but we're still gonna make you go in debt because we're teaching you shit. It's like, all right, I don't know where the fuck I was going with that, but it's like I don't know. It's just dumb. It's
crippling. It's super crippling. Like, I know some people that they come out of college and they're still paying off their debt 10 years later. Like, after they've already gotten a job and after they're in their desired field, like they're still chipping away at their debt 10 years down the line.
Yeah.
Which is fucking horrible.
And no one should do that. I don't know, man. That's why I don't go to college. I'm just like, college is... You don't really need college or high school anymore. Like Elon Musk said, and I quote, he said that school shouldn't exist anymore.
Well,
no, I mean not middle school. Middle school, yes. But he's talking about like high school or like college.
I think it depends. It depends what you want to do. Like, if you want to be a doctor, yes, obviously you need to go to college, university, learn about everything. Certain things you don't need education for, though.
No, but this
you can just pick it up.
Why he said that is Google.
Well, yeah, of course.
Every fucking thing in the entire world that you want to learn on is on fucking Google. Google is smarter than a teacher. Google is smarter than all of the teachers combined in your high school or in college. Why do you need to go and listen for 9 hours, sit down in a class, listen to a dumb bitch talk for 9 hours when you can go on YouTube, not YouTube, on Google, and search it up? Nowadays you don't need that anymore. Before,
here's where it's tricky though. It's super tricky because if you're gonna go and learn something on YouTube or Google, you don't half-ass it. Like you still need to put the work in. A lot of people think like, oh, I can just go and learn about this subject on Google. Like, let me just Google search it and click on the first results, or go on YouTube, click on the first results. Like, it's not that simple. If you want to truly learn more
No,
than
make your real
95% of the
research.
world,
Make your real
yeah,
research.
like don't stop at the first one. Like, go through like article and article and proven researches, things that are like, proven to be certified and true and real and tangible. And then keep digging even further than that. Go on YouTube videos, listen to people that are experts in their field, read books, like if you want to learn something, go all in, like all or nothing. You know what I mean? Do your research. Don't just like Google something, first result, like, oh, I know how this works now. Like,
Yeah, but the way I see, like I see it, is the way the system for jobs should be is like, for let's say a soccer team or a basketball team, you know how there's tryouts. Every
Yeah.
single job should have like not a, like not like a lot of people go for like a tryout, but like you go in a room, and let's say I want to do carpentry, and they go into like a testing room or whatever. They tell you do that and that and that and that, and if you do good, then there you go, you have the job. If you do bad, you say fuck you, you leave. Why? Like a resume is just, you don't need a resume, because a lot of people when it comes to jobs, they're like, all right, what you need is experience. An experience. It's like, yeah, but what if I'm trying to find my first job? How am I gonna get experience if I don't have any? I'm trying to go work for that exact
Exactly.
reason. So that's what I'm saying. Like when it comes to like Google and college, why college shouldn't exist is you go on Google, you do all your research, you do your studies on Google, and then if you go to try out, like go for apply for a job, and if you studied hard enough on Google and did your research, you would have no worries for the tryout for the job. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but that's just how I see it. It just would be
I get
so
you.
more simpler, and you won't have to waste your whole life, 10 years of your life, in a fucking school that's not gonna teach you bum shit.
Yep. No, well, I don't think school is for everybody. I think it's unfortunate, but and like I said, some people do need school. Some people, they don't know what the fuck they want to do for the rest of their lives, which is more than fair. Like, I'm not even sure. Like, I went to college and I love what I do, but I still got to be realistic. Like, is this going to pay the bills for the rest of the time that I'm alive? Is this tangible, like, money coming in? Am I going to be able to make a living out of this? Am I blah blah blah? So like, it's some people, they still don't know what the fuck they want to do with the rest of their lives. So they need to go through school to hopefully figure it out. And like, I'm still not 110% sure if I want to do this for the rest of my life. And I think that's completely fine. We're so young. We think that we're old, and the world expects us to just move on so quickly and just catch on to shit, but it's not fair for them to expect that from us.
Yeah,
We're both 20. Like, we're both 20 years old. That might seem like, yes, we are mature, we're adults in the eyes of the government, but that doesn't matter. Like, we're still so young. And I just think it's super unfair for people to just expect us to know what the hell we want to do for the rest of our lives coming
yeah,
out of school. Like, it's super not fair. Like, I think this part in our lives right now is the perfect time for experimenting, trying stuff out, seeing where things go. Like, like, this is the perfect time to fail at everything. Like, try something, you don't like it, you fail, that's okay, move on to something else. Like, this is the perfect time to just try a bunch of stuff as much as you can, find out what you like.
yeah. And a lot of people are not as like fortunate than others. Like a lot of people are born in rich families, which can easily just carry on whatever their parents are doing, and their parents can literally pay them whatever they want. Like not every families are like that. Like me, like like I mean, like us. Our parents are not rich, like not. I mean, we're not poor, but we're
Yeah, we're
not
definitely
rich.
not poor. We're like middle class.
Yeah, because we still have a roof over our head, food,
Yeah.
and water. Like we still have all of those, which I'm grateful for, but we're still not rich.
There was this whole thing that's like little shower thoughts there, I think about saying I get paid I don't can't remember. Minimum wage is what now? 11.75, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. So saying I get paid 11.75 an hour sounds a lot better. It sounds so much better than I sold an hour of my life for $11.75. But that's basically what you're doing. You're selling an hour of your life for money
Yeah.
so that you can survive another day. Like that's what it is, and it sucks. Like it's so shitty. We get educated to get thrown onto the world, make the world more money, and we barely survive. And then we give kids and tell them to do the exact same thing, go make money for other people. And then you guys have kids and tell them to go make money for other people, and then barely survive each and every single day. And once you die, at the end of having so many years done and working for other people, you'll die and have maybe 10, 15 years of your life to do whatever the hell you want to. Like,
Yeah.
fuck that. I don't want to live like that shit. I want to live my life the way I want to. Like, I want to live it right now. And it sucks that money, the world revolves around money. Like we need it to survive. We need it to have food, a roof over our heads. And it's, I don't know. I don't like how it's structured, basically.
But the thing is, like I told my mom, but she don't. She hates it because she think I'm stupid for thinking like that. But I told her, I'm like, I don't. I mean, I do. Of course, I do want to get a job. You know, one day, like a job that I'm gonna be there probably for the rest of my life, get a house and whatever family. But what I want to do right now is gather some people, buy ourselves a van, travel the world. You go to a different country, you get a job there,
Yeah.
pay, get a job there, pay some stuff, get them some money so you can go somewhere else. After you go somewhere else, do the same thing, get a job, live in your van, gather money for food and stuff and for gas, and go somewhere else. I want to do that. And
Yeah, no, I'm down for that. I've been watching a lot of van stuff, like van conversions. They buy a little bus and they take the seats out and everything, and they literally
Yeah.
make it a livable space. That's fucking dope.
yeah, see, that's what I want to do. She's like, no, you need to get a job before you to get money to do that. But no, you don't. All you need to do is get a van, upgrade that shit so it can turn to like a mini house, and gather a couple hundred or a couple thousand, and go somewhere else, and then you stay there for like what, I don't know, a few months, because we're gonna be a lot of people, so a lot of people's gonna be gathering money, and then go somewhere else, then go somewhere else. After you're done, you go home, and then you start your life. I don't want to. I
Well,
don't
you
want.
know, Chloe's sister, she traveled a lot, like a lot. And what she used to do is she'd travel somewhere, she'd get a part-time job at a busing station or something. She'd wait tables for 6 months, like save up every single penny besides, like basic living expenses, like
Mhm.
food and water and all that stuff. And then after 6 months, she'd put her 2 week notice in, she'd quit, and then she'd go travel for like a month, a full month or 2 months, and then just travel a different part of the world. And then she'd stay there and then get a job and then work for 6 months and then do the same old thing over and over and over again. And that's how
Yeah.
she saw the world.
Basically the same thing I just said. That's what I want to do.
And it worked. I mean, it worked for her, but you gotta be on your own and work at a place, find some work for 6 months and save up every single penny. You can't indulge yourself. It has to be really strict with your expenses.
Yeah, but let's say, because if I do it, I want to do it at least with like 2 or 3 people. So I don't know. I just feel like it'll be easier, and it'll be more fun to travel the world with people than being alone. Because you're gonna be gone for a few years, and not being able to
Sure.
see your friends. And I mean, of course, you're still traveling the world and having some experience and some adventures. But who likes adventures alone can have adventures with your friend.
Of course. Well, I mean, here's the thing: is I want to travel our country first, and I think that's a really good place to start. You
Yeah, you don't need a passport first. Like, you don't need to worry about
Exactly.
anything else.
So there's a few places in Canada I'd love to check out first. Like Lake Louise, Banff, stuff like all
Like
that
Louise,
stuff,
where I
you know,
was
it
supposed to live before the pandemic happened.
Well, shit.
I was gonna get a
Man,
job
it's
there.
so beautiful spaces. Like there's
Oh
so
yeah,
many beautiful places.
Vancouver, Alberta, British
Fucking
Columbia.
Vancouver's so expensive though. Holy shit.
It is.
It's
But
fucking
it's
ridiculous how
pretty
expensive
ass.
it is to live there.
But it's so pretty. So pretty.
It is. You know,
The
a lot of
views.
TV shows get filmed in Vancouver, right? A lot of movies and TV shows use Vancouver as a place to film a
Yeah.
few scenes.
Because of the background and stuff. Like everything is just beautiful over there.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of compare Vancouver to like a version of Seattle in a way. I mean, not quite. There's more wilderness in Vancouver than there is in Seattle.
I mean, Seattle is more like a. I don't know if I would compare Vancouver with Seattle. Have you ever seen Seattle?
Yes, but that's what I mean. Like, it's first of all, it's less, in my opinion, developed than Seattle, obviously. Second of all, there's a lot more forestry and woods and natural places in Vancouver than there is in Seattle. Like, by that I mean like nature is a lot more accessible from Vancouver than
Yeah.
if you were like in smack dab in the middle of Seattle. And I mean by the association is that it rains a fuck ton in both cities.
Yeah, and it's expensive in both cities.
Pretty much, yeah. Well, it's expensive anywhere in the States.
Actually. Yeah, actually. Yeah.
After the conversion rates and shit, it's like, yeah, fuck it.
I would not want to live there. I'm happy where I'm living right now. Low
Yeah, no,
expense.
I like my free healthcare.
Yeah. Suck it, America.
Suck it. Suck my Canadian beaver dick.
Yeah, suck my moose. You son of a bitch.
Suck my antlers. Maple syrup, motherfuckers.
You know what, America? You can hurt my feeling as much as you want, but at the end of the day, I can't go get a check for free. Go ahead.
Go get a what?
I can go check my feelings, like my feelings for free.
Ah.
They can hurt it as much as they want, but at the end of the day, it's free to it's free of charge.
At least I can go get it checked out for free.
I can go get. I don't know. I have a little cut on my finger. I can get a bandage at the hospital. And guess what? I'm probably gonna get out of there without wasting no money, and they're probably gonna give me a little popsicle for it. And y'all are gonna.
Here's the thing too. It's like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people don't go to the hospital in the States just because, you know, like obviously it's super expensive to go. So a lot of like issues get unchecked because they don't deem it worthy enough to pay a hefty bill, which is unfortunate. Super unfortunate because I think a lot of, you know, it leads to a lot of medical issues further down the road that should have been checked out. But since it costs so much money, it's like crazy.
Yeah.
Especially there was one guy, he got hospitalized for 2 months, I think. 1 or 2 months. And because he had COVID. And guess what the bill was when he came out of the hospital?
A few million.
Yep, 2 point some million.
Which
Like,
is stupid.
Jesus Christ.
Bro, just an ambulance ride to the hospital, it's like a few thousand. Like, what? So every time you get in the car crash, someone's like, I'm gonna call the ambulance. No, fucking don't call the ambulance. I don't have money for that. I'll drive myself there. So that's why I feel bad for them. But we do pay more in taxes, though.
Nope.
We do. Our taxes are
Are you
expensive.
like what kind of tax?
General taxes.
You mean like buying tax? Like if I went to the store and I bought something?
No, I'm talking about like when, after your paycheck, you remove, taxes from it. All that tax goes to our healthcare. That's how we pay it, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah, well, a lot of it goes to the city and the government and all that stuff to like.
yeah, but still, there's still like
roads.
5% that goes towards your healthcare.
Oh yeah.
But in America, their taxes are really low. I mean, depends where you're living, of course. There's some states that are higher than the others. Like my friend, he lives, I forgot which states. Anyways, I'm not gonna say it, but because I forgot. But he pays, I think, 6% in tax. Like, you know how we pay what 15?
Yeah, 15.
Like they pay 5 or 6%.
Yeah, but that 15 is for like buying type stuff tax. America's way more than us.
No, buying is the same as it's still 15%.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Sales tax. Our sales tax is 15%. In America, it's. Let me check. U.S. sales tax. Where the fuck? Got it somewhere.
There's no national sales tax in the U.S. and therefore no standard
what are
rate.
the standard or other rates? The sales or use taxes are on average. You were right. It's less. It's 2.9 to 7.2%.
Yep.
At state level.
At state level. Yep. And
but there is still sales.
Sale or use taxes ranging from 1 to 5%.
Well.
Us is 15.
Yeah. Well, I mean.
But that goes for, like I said, that goes for our healthcare and everything else.
I mean, 15% isn't that bad. I mean, if it stays there, like it's still.
It's gonna go up.
Decent amount.
Trust me, it's gonna go up.
Well, of course it's gonna go up as everything else goes up. The tax is gonna go up too. As the price of living goes up, so is minimum wage and so is tax. So everything just stays stagnant.
But the worst part is the minimum wage doesn't go as high as the tax. Like, unless the taxes goes up from 15 to 16, and usually when that happens, minimum range goes up by like 25 cents or like 20 cents.
You know what's a good idea? I think that the tax or minimum wage should be equal to the tax. So like it's 15%, everybody should be getting paid $15 an hour.
No, they won't fucking do that.
Oh hell no, obviously they won't do that, but it'd be nice.
Oh yeah, it would be fucking. I wouldn't mind the taxes going up.
It's like, yeah, sure, go up, but 100%. Guess I'm getting paid $100 an hour.
Fucking shit. And when you buy stuff online, there's barely no taxes. Go ahead, put it up. Fucking America. What are we gonna do about our dear neighbors? But did you hear what happened in Afghanistan?
Yeah, I saw something about it, but I don't know why. Isn't it
so
like
basically,
fucking...
you know how the United States were in Afghanistan to help against the who was it again?
Iran or Iraq?
Taliban? How you say it? Taliban?
Taliban?
Oh no, forgot. I don't even know who the fuck they are. But anyways, whoever they were fighting, at war with, they were at war for over 2 decades, and Afghanistan told the U.S. they were like, our military are better than yours. We don't need your help anymore. We can handle this. Joe Biden was like, all right, you see you can handle it? Fine. He told all of his troops to leave. A day after, Afghanistan was ran over. They lost. Every single troops in Afghanistan are running away right now. The president flew away. He's not even there no more.
Oh my god.
So it didn't. That's their fault. We were there for. I mean, United States and Canada and everyone else. We're there for 20 years helping them survive that war. They told us to leave. They got fucked over.
Wow. Well, I mean, they literally, because I was seeing some stuff, it's like people pushing each other to like literally get on a plane that's already starting to take off and stuff like that. I was like, holy shit, like what the fuck's going on? And I heard about their government crumbling and stuff like that. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's basically what happened. Like,
Jesus Christ.
we were there to make sure, everything was safe and we could try to win that war. Because that's a big ass war. There's a lot of mountains there, and you know what that means when there's mountains and you don't have control of them. You're fucked. I mean, you're not fucked, but it's hard to win against that.
About anybody who has a high ground. I have the high ground, Anakin. Don't try it.
Yeah, basically. So yeah.
But I mean, it's their terrain. They're more accustomed to the, to the terrain that's there because it's their home, obviously. But I mean, the States wasn't. I mean, they were doing whatever they could, but they also can't, with their resources and shit, can't obviously. Like, if the States really wanted to, they could have won that war. I believe that they could have won that war a while back.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people says, but it's still hard to win a war when you don't have all the resource, and you have to go across sea or on plane to get like ammo, guns, soldiers, food, water. Yep. But they were doing that the best they could. They were there even though it was a struggle. They were still there helping. And the president of Afghanistan were like, "Fuck you! You guys have to go. We got this. Our military is better than yours. We got the strongest military in the world."
Like, all right, bet.
Bet we're leaving. Next day, Afghanistan's no more.
Jesus
they lost.
Christ.
They lost the war.
I was seeing that a bunch. I was seeing that on Facebook. I was like, holy shit, like, what the fuck's happening? Like, a bunch of people at the airports crawling on, like, literally jumping and crawling onto the side of planes. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, so after 20 years, the war is finally over.
Yeah.
They won, and Joe Biden did a press conference, and hold up, I forgot what he said. Oh, fuck. He said, where is it at? Oh. I lost it.
You gotta screenshot that.
He said, fuck's sake, bro, this website with their pictures.
Their ads and shit.
Yeah, it keeps like I'm reading something and then it goes down because there's an ad.
Holy fuck, did you see that new CRV? Oh my god.
Hell yeah. So he said, and I quote, "I stand squarely behind my decision."
In 20 years, I've learned the hard way that there was never a good time to withdraw U.S. forces. That's why we're still here. Biden said he found some of the scenes of chaos in Kabul gut-wrenching, but that he did not start moving out evacuees sooner because Afghan president, I don't even want to try to pronounce that, did not want a mass exodus. Okay.
Yeah. But, President Joe Biden said on Monday he stood squarely behind his decision to withdraw U.S. troops from Afghanistan, despite searing images of chaos in Kabul, yeah, that exposed the limits of U.S. power and plunged him into the worst crisis of his presidency.
Worst crisis of his presidency? Jesus Christ, he's been what? He's been in office for what?
Not even a few months.
Yeah, exactly. Like, worst of his whole presidency. Like, buddy, you have 4 years to go. You have the rest of your term to figure it out, my guy. Like, the worst thing in his whole, like, he's been in office for what, a few months? Exactly, a few fucking months. Like, you still got 4 years, my guy. I'm sure there's gonna be more shit.
And the thing is, you're the president of the United States. There's gonna be a thing that's way worse than that. Trust.
Yeah.
That's not the worst thing from. If that's the worst thing for him, I don't even know why the hell he's president. I mean, we can't really talk. We got fucking Justin Trudeau in fucking office. Can't wait for him to leave.
Trudeau.
Fucking weirdo who doesn't know how to run a country. Can't wait for him to run out.
You know what I always say could always be worse.
Yeah,
It could always be worse.
just like we had Steven in the fucking in the office. Steven
I
Harper.
mean, we could have a dictator instead,
Oh
or some shit. You know, it could always be worse.
no, I'm good. I think I'll pass on that.
Exactly.
You know what? I'll run for prime minister.
Yeah. Jesse Prime Minister, I free the geese.
Free
Make
the.
Canadian geese great again. Eh?
I see that our Air Force is kind of running low on, like, soldiers. Why don't we ask some goose?
It's like, let's
Some
ask
geese.
You know,
Ask him
let's
some
strap
geese.
pipe bombs to geese. You know.
Yeah, like
That's-
geese is gonna be our new Air Force. But
It's like, I got a great idea. My first official statement as Prime Minister. I want to professionally train geese to strap pipe bombs to their backs and send them into enemy territory with remote explosives.
exactly. I'll be right back though. Take a piss.
Piss. Well, after that, after you come back, let's just end it there. It's already been an hour. Holy shit.
Yeah, true.
Jesus Christ.
I didn't even realize.
All right, we'll go take you a piss, my guy. Oh my god. All right, guys. Since Justy's gone, let me just read, because I got nothing else to do. Let's read what there is here. Washington, August 16. President Joe Biden said on Monday he stood squarely behind his decision to withdraw U.S. troops from Afghanistan despite scarring images of chaos in Kabul that exposed the limits of U.S. power and plunged him into the worst crisis of his presidency. Breaking the silence on the U.S. pullout after scenes of bedlam dominated television news channels for today's, Biden blamed the Taliban's takeover in Afghanistan on Afghan political leader who fled the country and the unwillingness of the U.S. trained Afghan army to fight the military group. I should be a news anchor, guys. Jesus. Buy one time big. Can I stream on this? Is this possible? Can I do that? Screen 2.
Oh my god, that feels good.
I cannot. Wow.
I've been holding that for 45 minutes.
For 45 minutes. God damn.
It's been 84 years
Since 1969.
was the last time I saw the toilet seat.
Alright, well, your podcast, so I'm gonna let you do the outro, my guy.
Yes,
You go
sir. So we're ending it here. Nothing else to say. We're done.
I'm Gucci,
We
bro.
cover-
I'm going to bed.
Yeah, we're covering a lot of stuff today.
Oh, fuck yes.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, viewers of the podcast of the Long Neck, thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.